Hello, Magic the Gathering players. This is Antitish Ordo Tim. I'm going to cover the June 20th spoilers for Coreset 2019. And so, yeah, there's a lot of amazing stuff being printed in this set. This set, I feel like, is my most favorite Coreset I've seen so far. The last one being the Magic Origins set. I really love a lot of these cards. Don't get me wrong. So let's go ahead and get started. Supreme Phantom, 2 mana, 1/3 flying Lord. Anytime I say Lord, I will refer to the creature as pumping, and you can obviously see it on screen. So yeah, pumping Lord. But anyways, another 2 mana Lord. Would love to see some other tribes actually get some 2 mana Lords. I wouldn't mind seeing a small little set that would be legal for standard and modern, like a 10 to 20 card, and it would just be nothing but Lords. It's just 2 mana Lords, just 2 mana 2/2 Lord. That's it. It doesn't have to have flying, it has to have first strike, anything like that. Just 2 mana 2/2 Lords would be great. It would help a lot of cards in Commander and even Modern. And maybe they don't make it for Standard, they just make it for Modern, so that you get some Skeleton Lords, Zombie Lords, other Goblin Lords, Soldier Lords, Knight Lords, etc., etc. So, but yeah, that was a kind of a fun random thought. Alright, so that's this Lord, and it's going to be great in any Spirit deck. Spirits are going to love it. This one, Disdainful Pyromancer. 2 mana, 2/2 bear. You can pay red and tap to discard a card to draw a card, and then you can also pay 2 in a red, tap, sacrifice this creature to deal 4 damage to another creature. It's an okay card. Enigma Drake is a reprint. Don't need to talk about that one. Heroic Reinforcements. 4 mana, create 2/1/1 soldier creature tokens, and then until in turn creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain haste. So they instantly become 2/2 hasters. Really good, and especially if you played a bunch of creatures prior to this, you're pumping the team and bashing in. And it could be a good creature token style strategy for Boros. So we'll see how that works out. Demanding Dragon. 5 mana, 5/5 flying. Enters the battlefield, does 5 damage to target opponent unless that player sacrifices a creature. So yes, it's one of those cards that has that choice effect, but it can still be really good because then they have to deal with a 5 mana threat. Standard, it might see some play. Commander, duh. Modern, I don't see it being played unless you do not have the money for the big 5 mana dragons. Apologize. Stormbreath Dragon and Thundermaw Hellkite. If you don't have those, this could be an optional budget, but there could always be better dragons at 5 mana anyways. But it's okay, especially if they do have creature. If they don't have a creature on the field, that's big. That's big. But moving on, I feel like, well, anyways, before I move on, I feel like that card may not be seeing much play. I don't even know if it'd be worth in Commander. I wouldn't probably run it in Commander, actually. But anyways, Suspicious Bookcase, 2 mana, 0/4 Defender, to make a creature not be able to block this turn. It's okay. The exciting card is Arcadus the Strategist. 1 green, white, and blue for a 3/5 flying Vigilance. This is the very first actual, I feel like actual Commander for Defenders. Doran is an option, yes, but this is literally the best one now that we have. Whenever a creature with Defender enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. So you get drawing of, you could draw a bunch of Defenders. It's nice. Each creature you control with Defender assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power, and can attack as though it didn't have Defender. That is basically all the effects of Assault Formation all in one. Well, minus the pumping of Defenders. So that's a really good card. I really love this card. I'm going to say I want to make have an option for making a modern deck around this, but or just my casual Defender deck, but also I want to make a Commander deck around this. Moving on, Regal Bloodlord, 5 mana, 2/4 flying. At the beginning of each end step, if you gain life, create a 1/1 black bat with flying. It's okay. It's okay. Vampire deck, if you're getting a bunch of life, great. In a life gain deck, I don't know. I don't know where that would be. I do like the Poison Tip Archer though, 4 mana 2/3, which I wish it was a 4 mana 2/4. but reach, death touch, and then whenever another creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life. So I will say Golgari Elves for Commander. This is a great slot in. Great slot in. Skyrider Patrol, 4 mana, 2/3 flying. This one I'm fine with being 2/3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 2. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature, and it also gains flying until end of turn. So it's kind of a cool little card. I like the Poison Tip Archer the best out of those 3 uncommons. Phylactery Lich, reprint. It might actually see some play in Standard, because there's a ton of different artifacts. Some artifact hate, like the Dampening Sphere and the recent add of Amulet of Safekeeping. So, yeah, pretty good. Chaos Wand, 3 mana, 4 to tap. Target opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile an instant or sorcery card. You may cast that card without paying a mana cost, and then put the exiled cards this way on the bottom of the library in any order. It's not bad. I can see it being Standard, obviously Commander, so we'll go from there. Spitflame, if you were really wanting to build the Dragon deck, which they're trying to push Dragon Tribal again, as well as Goblins, as well as Elves. I'm glad at least Blue's kind of leaning towards Spirits. White is Knights, which is fine. We need a little bit more Knight love, because mostly it was like soldiers and stuff. But I'm hoping in the near future core sets, the next 2 to 3 core sets, they kind of go away from these common creature types and go for some uncommon or rare creature types that don't need the support. Just because they need the support, like skeletons, rats, maybe bats. I don't know about bats. Squirrels would be nice to have some real support, because they have some decent squirrel cards, but some of them are just bad. 6 mana for a 1/1 to create some squirrel tokens, and that's it, or something like that. I don't remember all the squirrel cards, but yeah, you're getting where I'm getting at. A little bit more dwarf love, maybe some orc love and ogre loves. Yeah, some more giants. Not too bad. There's a lot of new old tribes that need some love. Come on, Wizards, get there. Anyways, going on. Spitflame, 3 mana. It should actually say tribal instant. I wish they'd bring some more tribal instants and sorceries in too as well. But deals 4 damage to target creature, and then enters the battle. Whenever a dragon enters, you may pay 1 and bring it back from the graveyard to your hand, so you can get to do it again. Again, like I said, they need to do some more of these tribal cards, like this Spitflame. They could even put Dragon Spitflame and just put the dragon, a tribal instant dragon. Would have been great. Anyways, so that's a good card to use, and some good repeatable removal for Commander, because there's still a good amount of cards that could still die to the Spitflame. Sarkhan Fireblood, 3 mana, 3 loyalty. First red. Quote me if I'm wrong, but the first. Don't quote me if I'm wrong, but the first red 3 mana Planeswalker. We do have a 2 mana Planeswalker into Bolt, but he sucks. But yeah, you discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Great. It's a looting effect, of course. Another +1 to add 2 mana of any color combination to your mana pool, and spend it to only cast dragon spells. Great, good way to ramp. I feel like this is a kind of card that would be great. You'd probably start to see in Modern. We might actually see a red dragon deck, and that would be awesome. Create 4 5/5 red dragon creatures with flying for the ultimate. It's okay. I feel like the ramping effect's really going to be used a lot in Sarkhan Fireblood. Standard, I can see a dragon deck in Standard, especially now there's dinosaurs, but now there's dragons. Dragons and dinosaurs fighting it out. Yeah. Goblin Trashmaster, 4 mana, 3/3. Other goblins you control get +1/+1. Additionally, or it's a Goblin Lord, and then sacrifice a goblin, destroy target artifact. This is really, if you see this in Standard, it's in Standard. You won't see it in Modern, but you will see this in Commander. A lot of Goblin decks will love this thing, because you can sacrifice all your little tokens you created to start blowing up many artifacts, the crazy artifact control cards, as well as the mana rocks a lot of people have. So great card. Lana, Selfless Champion, 6 mana, 3/3. It's an okay card. But enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 soldier for each non-token creature you control, so you create a ton of soldiers. But then you sacrifice her to basically, for creatures you control power less than her, you give it indestructible. So you want to pump her up and then sacrifice or to give creatures indestructible. It's okay. Valiant Knight, another good Lord, 4 mana, 3/4 Lord. That's a good mana cost and power and toughness. And actually, I can even see this possibly making a modern Knight deck, especially since there is a Knight of White Orchid that can search for lands if you're behind. But Knights you control get double strike until end of turn for 5 mana. So, alright. Sai, Master of Thopterist, 3 mana, 1/4. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a colorless Thopter with flying, and then you pay 2 to sacrifice 2 artifacts to draw a card. So yeah, that's a good card. Another good Artificer Commander. That's for blue. A lot of the Artificers are based close to blue. It'd be kind of cool to see that as a 2 and a colorless, one. I think that'd be a little better because then you could do a pure colorless kind of effect, but still good as blue. Stitcher's Supplier, 1 mana, 1/1, enters the battlefield or dies. Put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. I feel like this is a great card for Dredge. It's really good. You pay 1 black and you're getting 3 cards in the graveyard. I know there's a red card, a 1 mana vampire that kind of does something similar, but you have to sacrifice it. But this one enters or dies, you're getting 6 cards. Yeah, we'll see how people in Dredge use this. Banefire is reprinted. Meh. One with Machines, 4 mana. Draw cards equal to the highest converted mana cost among artifacts you control. So here's your drawing cards. And Commander, that's going to be a huge draw spell. Huge. I don't see it really being played anywhere else other than Kitchen Table. This card here is Departed Deckhand. 2 mana, 2/2 Spirit. It has the illusion effect where if it's targeted by a spell, sacrifice it. I think the illusion one was spell or ability, but this one's just spell, which kind of makes sense. Departed Deckhand can only be blocked by spirits, so it has every other creature type walk except spirits, however you say it. Then you 4 mana, target creature you control can only be blocked by spirits this turn. So I can say this for sure, in Commander, this is going to be great. Ghost Pirate, zoinks. But anyways, just being able to target stuff, even if you do lose it, you can still activate its ability or whatever. Oh, I don't think you could. It would be sacrificed instantly. But if you can give it, hexproof in Commander's great. I don't know how well they'll do in Standard or Modern. We'll see how they do. But it's great to make it so that if you're not facing a Spirit deck, you just make things basically unblockable. Here's another 2 cards, last 2 cards. I really wish the site would actually put them all as English, because when you actually watch some of the YouTubers that cover these spoilers, they actually already have them in English, but I guess they get it from another site. This was another exciting card. Runic Armasaur, or Armasaur, whatever. 3, 1 and 2 green for a 2/5. Whenever an opponent activates the ability of a creature or a land, and if it isn't a mana ability, you may draw a card. That's huge. And that's actually good. I can see this being slotted in Modern. 3 mana, 2/5, hard to kill, blocks a good amount of stuff. Obviously, you probably wouldn't want it over some of the other stuff like this, the newest Elven Rider, the 3 mana, 5/4. But still, this isn't too bad of a card, especially against decks that love to use abilities from when they don't like Tron. I know they have a few lands in there that search for stuff, and yeah. Even the creature lands. Any of the creature lands in Modern are great to hit. This is also a good dinosaur in Commander for sure, because there's a lot of different crazy lands in Commander that's going to do like draw a card, filter, fog your creature, etc. So yeah, this is a really good card. I don't see it being played much in Modern, but Standard, yes, maybe. Even for that body in Standard, it's not too bad. And then the last one, oh no, it's the second to last one. We had one come in at the last, yesterday. Graveyard Marshal. It's an interesting zombie. It's a 2 mana 2/2, 2 black for a 2/2. Zombie soldier, 2 and a black. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Created to tap 2/2 black creature token. For 3 mana, I feel like it could exile a creature card from a graveyard instead yours. Really kind of a downside to that. But other than that, it's still not bad of a card. Will it say any play outside of Standard or commander? Probably not. I feel like, again, there is a better 2 black. It's a 2 mana. Oh, this is a 2 mana 3/2. My bad. There is a zombie that's a 2 black for a 2/2 that you pay 1 to exile a card. So if you want to create a token or a creature token with it, I feel like exiling a creature card from a graveyard would be better. Or even for 1 in black would be better. So the last card is another crazy language card, and it's Dryad of. I don't know if that's the right word name for that one. Someone says I am Groot. It does actually look like Groot. It looks like a female Groot. That's kind of funny. Someone said right here, I am Groot. It's the female Groot. I am Grootus. I don't know. 1 in a green for a 1/3 creature Dryad. Tap. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may reveal it and add that card to your hand. So it's a good little tutor effect early on. So we'll see how that one actually plays out as well. Dryad commander. That's another tribe too to work with. Speaking of tribes up here at the beginning, Dryad. Dryads need some love. Some druids need some love. Some of the classes need some love. Rogues, ninjas, samurai. There's a lot of love that needs to be for tribes. But outside of that, I'm going to refresh really quick. Outside of that, this set has been great. I love it. There's so many great cards in this set. They've exploded. But other than that, again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate all those watching the videos that I make, especially the Magic ones. I'm not doing much with Magic other than spoilers and my thoughts on how to improve some some formats. But until I actually am able to get my MTGO working to do some deck play, I'll have just these videos for now. Other than that, you can also stay tuned for my other videos for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and you guys have a wonderful, and other Star Wars content. And then you guys have a wonderful day.